Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be doing a deep dive into the Sussex Survivors Club California branch. Now, I said on one of yesterday's videos, and it's worth repeating again, that Megsy and Harry Markle have actually created a multinational company, a transnational organization. The Sussex Survivors Club spans continents. It's not just Buckingham Palace or people wounded by her harsh words from the Australian tour, or in South Africa when Archie's crib caught fire or whatever it was. It's now embedded in the great state of California. So we're going to have a bit of a look. First of all, I'm going to have a look and to see if Megsy suspects anybody who she used to work with or used to work for them. Apparently in May, I think it's in the Express, so take it with a pinch of salt and a shot of tequila, or a large glass of wine will do. Apparently it was in the Express that Megsy uncovered that there was a Telegram group and everyone was talking about it. Ex-employees, employees that were there, and the employees had to leave their phones in sealed bags, leave their phones in the car, and only use company phones once they went to work at Arswell or the foundation or whatever they were doing. But we are going to have a look and just see who Megsy suspects and what she wants to do about it. We are then going to go into, and I think I've done this reading before, ages ago, what it was like to work for Harry and Megsy. And we're going to have a look and just see what some of the allegations and some more of the tea that may be coming out. So please join me for this one. Now, if you're new here, I work in layers. So the first layer I'm going to use for Megsy. I always use the Barbara Walker Tarot for Megsy. It's just, I don't know, it just understands Megatron. It really, really does. And then we're going to use a mixture of oracle cards, different types of tarot cards, and all kinds of stuff to see what else we can find out. So let's have a look. We'll start with Megsy. Does she suspect anyone? Now, that James Holt guy, you know, the one with the blonde hair? He looks like a car phone salesman, a mobile phone salesman. He always gives me like really cheesy middle executive vibes, you know what I mean? Ugh. Okay, let's have a look. I wonder if he's got anything to do with it. I don't know his sun sign, to be honest with you. I really don't know. Wasn't it Cancer or something? I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. Megan. The Telegram group. Do you know who is leaking this stuff, Megan? She's yesterday picked up that there's some dark energy coming for whoever it is. So let's have a go. Oh, she thinks she's winning. She thinks she's on it. We have got the 6 of Wands. This light's a bit bright. Let's turn it down a bit. We have got the 6 of Wands. So she thinks she's in a position to know exactly and debunk this right at this moment in time. Ego is a wonderful thing. So she thinks she's going to win. She thinks she's going to win this war straight away. She's preening herself. She thinks she's got the names. She thinks she's got the numbers. But does she? Let's have a look. Temperance in reverse. She doesn't. She's got the wrong end of the stick. So she's connecting the dots, but she's not connecting the dots in a constructive way. She's kind of all over the place. She thinks it's potentially somebody who's more of a creative person, somebody who's more into, like, they must be all more on the creative side of the business. You know what I mean? Maybe doing something with Arswell audio or Arswell visuals or taking the photos. I know the photographer with a 5 head is a Sagittarius, and the Sagittarius card does lead to temperance. It does resonate with the tarot card of temperance. But I'm thinking maybe he says, oh, I think it's this person, and he's adding to it, and they are photographer guy, Nissan Carryman or something. He's maybe, oh, I suspect this person's doing it or that person's doing it, whisper, whisper in your ear. And she thinks she's onto a winner, but she's not. Because we've got a major arcana crossing over in the wrong direction. The King of Swords is in reverse. I would expect there are some heavy-handed contracts going out right now. There is some heavy-handed behavior. There's potential here for criminal behavior as well. It's kind of like coercion. It's silencing. And they're going to be trying to, with the King of Swords in reverse, they're going to try and move things back to what would satisfy Megan's ego, if that's correct, if that's the right way to say it. That King of Swords in reverse is not good. So that's what she's going to try and do. She's going to try and spin it on out. The Ace of Wands, she is going to try. She likes a challenge. And she wants to get control of this. So Catherine might be having a few quiet weeks away from Megsy sending her, sitting seething about her, because she's got a new enemy. And this, she, like Megan is always like, she's like somebody who always needs somebody to either tear down or look up to. There's no kind of like, no, they're okay, they're all right, everyone's cushy, let's all get on. There's nothing like that. There is no middle road. It's either black or white, love or hate. There's nothing in between. But she wants to appear beige. Remember that. She wants to be appear neutral. That's why I think there's so much beige, to be honest with you. So this is challenge fuel, and she's happy because the Six of Wands is there, because she thinks she's cracked the code. The Knight of Pentacles is leaving the situation there. So it's almost like she's leaving Harry's opinion somewhat behind on this. And Harry's in a devaluation cycle as well. The Knight of Pentacles is the Prince of Pentacles in this deck. And Harry he should be now, at least. I know he's got a lot of arrested development, but he should be now identifying as the King of Pentacles. But with Megsy, he goes from King to Knight to King to Knight. And this is a devaluation. This is like this patting on the head. It's almost like, yes, 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 Harry, we understand what you're trying to say, but you don't get it. Now, let the adults deal with the situation in the room. She infantilizes him, and he lets it happen, and he enables her. That being said, I don't think they're productive. I don't necessarily think they're completely living together all the time, but there is still a relationship there, because a narcissist is not going to just let somebody that's useful to them go. They're not going to let their claws out of them. Next, Six of Cups is in reverse. Okay. This is what's coming up. So there's either going to be some false stories around childhood, false stories around the kids, a repositioning of a narrative that is not true, that is meant to get sympathy points. So she could be saying something like the British press are doing the same to her, or the American press are following the British press, like Diana. So she thinks that she actually thinks that she can reposition this. But what is on her mind? I want to know exactly who she thinks did it. Three of Cups. Okay, she's celebrating. She thinks she knows. She thinks she's on it. And the magician surrounding her. Yeah. She's getting some... These cards have been coming up more and more. There's three of them. There is three women who are very much together, friendly, and they think if they're sitting down, they're celebrating. She thinks she's worked it all out. but it's going to backfire. The Magician is there, and that Magician to me would mean she's thinking she's got everything on the table to get rid of this person. Okay, let's have a look. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. She's not on the right track. She's completely off the right track. What she's worried about is more leaks. They're going to try and come out and say this is stupid, these are leaks, these are whatever, but they're wanting to, with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, show that they are still getting attacked because they have left the royal family with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That's what she's hoping to do. There's also an element there of to show that they are indeed almost I would say almost like a weak. They need security. This wouldn't have happened if Ravek had given us all the security. This wouldn't have happened if this and that one had given us everything we need. So it's another way to position herself with the security. I believe that she will be with Harry until he gets the Ravek security, if he gets it back, because the kids will automatically get it, and then she will have it by proxy because of the kids. However, invisible recollections may vary how many they are, etc. But you know, she's really trying to do it. She's really trying to do it, but there's a setback. She's in two minds about it. The 2 of Swords, it's about weighing things up. It's like you're not quite sure which way to go with all of this. So she thinks she knows. She thinks she's got it. She thinks she's got it in the bag, but she actually doesn't know. She really doesn't know. She's all like, yeah. I think she's got somebody around her. Like, I know she's friends with some mediums and all of that kind of stuff. We saw that at Oprah's bookstore opening, the fairy godmothers or whatever it was called. But, and this is a huge but, I don't think she has any psychic skills, but I think she does things like vision boards, would be interested in the profane, the occult, if you will. But she's trying to use something. Now, this came up in a reading the other night. So her perspective is she's gonna now, I know the Magician is having everything on the table and bringing it all together, but it's gonna backfire on her, because the next sentimental puff piece, the next sentimental things, and the oh so wholesome thing, people are going to say that's not what happened, or this doesn't look quite right, this isn't quite legit. Let's have a look at the actual Sussex Survivors Club. We're going to use a different deck. What did Megan do to them? The Hierophant in reverse. Oof, she didn't learn. She's the Hierophant is all about learning, stability, traditional. She's very unconditional. There was no routine. Everything was on a whim when the Hierophant is in reverse. Nothing is structured. There is no real ground rules, and everybody is making everything up as they go along. It's very much like chaos. So that is the first complaint. What's crossing over? The Empress in reverse. Oh, the main problem was Megsy. Potentially Doria's there. Doris is there as well, lurking in the background. The Empress in reverse is, well, the Empress upright. Let me just tell you about the Empress upright if you don't know the cards that well. You know, the Empress upright is the mother, Gaia. She is the one, she is the nurturer. She brings out creativity, love, generosity, healing, soothing, nurturing, you know, leading, firmness, caring, all of that stuff. When it is in reverse, well, it's in reverse. So it's cruelty, coldness, calculating, destruction. So really the big driving force was women in the scene. I think Doris is there a lot. I think she's really there a lot, kind of like, I think what the word would be was like kind of stirring the pot. I think there's 4 pairs of eyes on them. You've got Holt, you've got Megsy, you've got Harry Markle, and you've got Doris. And I think, yeah, I think they are always watched, but the main agitators are the women there, the women in charge, the leads. Let's see what's above the situation. Bad luck. Bad news, bad change, regrettable change that you wish you hadn't happened. This is the thing. People kind of went, oh my god, it's the ex-royalty. It's the glamour that is associated with Harry. That was associated with Harry. Don't get me wrong. It's that glamour that was associated with Harry, that magic of Princess Diana. And because he's the second born son of Diana, that's kind of, people go, oh wow, oh yeah, I'm historic, I'll work for that. But the Wheel of Fortune is actually in reverse, and it shows that they actually were, it was a bad change of fate for the people who worked there, and everybody's in agreement with that. They wish they'd never done it. The 8 of Swords interference is on the cards. With the 8 of Swords in traditional tarot, you will see a lady who is surrounded by swords, and she's got a blindfold on, pretty much like you can't see where you're going, and she's got to navigate her way through the swords to get out of the bind she's in. That 8 of Swords there, it shows to me that the people are ready to rebalance, and that people are finding their way out of what is a bad situation. Three of Discs, there we go. It's just impossible. It was divide and rule all the time. All the time. Not only was it shouting, allegedly shouting, abusive, dictatorial, my way or the highway, shifting sands, no cohesion, absolute chaos. But there's an element of divide and rule. It's very, very kind of Mean Girls. Like somebody's gonna, like, it's almost like she's going to whisper something in someone's ear and say, actually, I think you're doing a better job than Emily. And then she'll go over to Sandra and say, you know, Sandra, you're doing a way better job than Emily. I think we'll promote you. And then it's kind of like that. And then she'll just be horrible to everyone. And I feel like they have found, the paranoia stopped, and they realized that it was there is a divide and rule thing. It's a very Mean Girl. It's very bullying. Very bullying. And people have figured it out. That's why it's coming. That's why this is coming out now. Shifting sands, instability with the Hierophant. And it's also to realize that they don't have any tradition or structure there, and they're just trying to make everything up all the time. The 7 of Wands is in reverse. And this is what's coming up next. Now, I know the Express has said something to these people, but there is going to be an attack on the Sussex Survivors Club California fraction, for real. It's either they're going to be further tarnished and further painted as people who are just coming for Harry because of Harry's relationship to Diana. They're just coming for Harry and Meghan because of this, that, and the other. And it's the British press and all that kind of stuff. It could well be that. Or there could be almost like this defamation against past employees, you know, like there's going to be tales out there before she's going to like a preemptive strike is what I'm saying. There's going to be something. It's not going to be pretty. The Two of Swords, feel like they are forced to do this. They were forced to get together. I don't think any kind of like uber professional adults going to want to spend time chit-chatting in a group of people just for the fun of it. You know, I think they're going to want to say, what the hell just happened to me? So it's almost like there's almost like this trauma there with the Two of Swords in reverse. This is not a truce. This is a forced thing. This was forced to happen. This group of people have been almost like bullied, and it's kind of like, well, they've had to do this. Okay, so we have got a Scorpio here, a potential Scorpio with the Death card in reverse. There may be a Scorpio within the group that may be really driving the group to go further and forcing the group to go further. So there may be something that's coming out. And potentially with the Death card in reverse, it's almost like you're burning the bridges to light the way. It's almost like there's a massive risk and they will burn down this chapter of their lives rather than to enable it to go on and more people get hurt. They should really come out and say something more, you know? What are they hoping for? Well, they want a relief from the oppression. They just want this behavior to stop. What's the outcome? Nine of Discs is in reverse. Okay. This is going to make Megsy look less like Catherine than she already does. I mean, I know it's I know it's a obvious thing to say because she really doesn't look like Catherine, but this is going to, it's the opposite of the news she wants. Now, the Nine of Discs, the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, you have got this a delectable, well-to-do woman in a walled garden who's knowledgeable, and you can tell she's knowledgeable because she's got a falcon on her wrist, and that's a sign of air and knowledge and understanding, and she's in the sunshine. It's very hopeful. It's very peaceful as well. It's very Catherine. And that Nine of Discs in reverse, there's going to be some losses from all of this for Megsy, big losses. So that to a narcissist, a loss is reputation. I mean, she doesn't realize her reputation's already like down the absolute toilet. But the Nine of Discs is in reverse, so it's even further down the toilet. It's going to go. It's you know, it's a lot. It's going to take a big flush, but it's coming. It really is coming. These people just want the story out, and they don't want any more. They want this. They're kind of being forced into this thing, and Megatron and them lot are going to paint them out to be like these evil Machiavellian who are just going after an innocent duchess. They're going to try and paint it like that. So let's have a look-see. Let's have a go. Let's see with my tap into, no, it's not. It's these ones. What's this one's called? What Lies Beneath. Okay. We're going to pull some cards to see what actually, if there's any more info, because these cards are oddly specific and slightly scary, even though they just say random things on them. And they complement the tarot well. So I just want to see, I just want to know, I just want to have a look, see if these can get a good read on the situation. What else happened? What else happened? Show us. There's whew. You can read that, can't you? I'm going to say allegedly for entertainment purposes only. There's a lot of substances that seem to be going on in Olive Garden Mansion, according to that card. Okay, what else went on? Policing. Now, to be honest with you, that could go in with the people being forced into going underground into a little Telegram group or a WhatsApp group or whatever it was, because it's very oppressive. It's almost like when you've got the what they call it, helicopter parenting or something, that kind of thing. I wonder if the police have been involved somehow. Okay. Constant bad choices. Okay, so she doesn't listen. She refuses to listen. Let's pull a few more. Well, that's, we know that. Sometimes it's just really obvious, Depression. Okay. We got the depression card for Harry the other night. Red lipstick stains. Is somebody cheating? Is there something further going on? And private relationships. Is somebody having an affair there? Let's have a look. 3 more cards. Fake friends. We've got that a few times lately. Okay. It's very messy. There's a lot of fake friends. There's potentially that are potentially extramarital interests going on within the organization. Like there are favorites as well. I'm wondering if somebody's been potentially flirted with a little bit too aggressively somehow. That's a potentiality of these cards. Fake friends is the fakery that surrounds Megsy. It's very combative, fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, which is can you remember that it was a few days ago when she had that like £160 keyring? It's like a $300 keyring, and it was take what you need on it. And it's very claiming what yours. Love is a battlefield. So I don't know if Megsy's got a love language, but to me, I'm getting like her love language for herself is basically to demolish others. And game over. She's got a new enemy, and it's the Sussex Survivors Club California branch. Let's see what the Sussex Survivor Club. I'm going to pull some different oracle cards. The Sussex Survivor Club, Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, UK edition. Think of this. News. Let's have a go. They think that Megsy and Harry have like a cult surrounding them, that you have to behave like a cult, that you have to be completely smitten with them and react how they want all the time. They think it's false. They think it's something that's dressed up as something else, a catfish, if you will. When you've got like somebody on one of those dating apps or dating shows and they've filtered through 5 times through whatever, and there's certain ones where when they get the filters on and they filter it so much that the face just looks like a kind of skin colored blob. There's no features there, just a pair of eyes. That catfish there, it's falseness, and they want it exposed to be a catfish. They know exactly Megsy isn't this wholesome, witty raconteur who's just this amazing mom and is just so nice to everyone and totally misunderstood, so heart-centered. They know it's a load of a crock of poo, really do. Conflict. They're expecting more conflict, they're expecting more stirs, they're expecting more stuff to come out interesting. They were expecting this in a way. They were really expecting this. Okay. Let's just have to pull 3 cards for Prince William. What does he think of this? Okay, she's obsessive. She doesn't rest. She's wired. She's all over everything. He's not bothered. He's not losing any sleep over it, by the way. He just was like, yeah, we know. He thinks she's just all about the money. She's just trying to catch money. That's all she's been about, is the money and the notoriety. And of course, the ghost is in reverse. The appropriation of Princess Diana's energy. She's trying to channel. Yeah, William's just like, yeah, I knew this. This is no surprise to me. She's a grifter. And she's trying to be my mom. My mum, my mum, my mum, my mom, my mother. She's trying to appropriate Diana's memory. My goodness. Well then. So to recap, there is going to be more to this. Something's going to backfire on Megatron and it's going to make her look worse. It's kind of standard now. These people who are in the club are forced into it. They've been forced into it with the 2 of Swords in reverse. They don't particularly want to be associated with like that, but they needed to go there to heal. Sometimes gossip, sometimes talking about stuff is a form of healing and getting your stuff out. Sometimes it needs to happen. Sometimes it just does, because you hear other people and you realize it's not just you, it's happened to. So if anyone goes, oh my god, it's low vibration, it's not. This woman's been effectively traumatizing the world for 6 years now. So, and the people around her, all she has to do is not be this way. But she won't listen because narcissism. So there we go. That is what I've got. And she also thinks she's got the Sussex Survivors California edition sussed, and she hasn't. And be careful, there's going to be a pity play coming up as well. According to the cards, let me know what you thought of the reading. Let me know what other readings you would like me to do. Oh my goodness, this has been a 30-minute one. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you taking the time out to watch my channel today. Leave me a comment down below. I want to hear what you think as well. As always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon for another live and more readings. So take care, guys. Bye, everyone.